Hi, good morning, you guys. Um, I got something in my eye and it is bugging the crap out of me. And of course, it started acting up like 30 seconds before this scheduled live. So we're gonna just have to deal with it. Hey, Desiree, thanks for joining me. How are you? How's the baby, Desiree? I think it's been like a minute since I spoke to you. I think you were having a girl. How is she doing? Um, So, you guys, today we are continuing our conversation and we're going to be talking about how to use your POV or your point of view to connect with your market and become competition proof. Hey, Catherine, thanks for joining me. Nice to see you. So we're just going to dive right in because today is a big topic. I've got a lot of really juicy stuff for you guys. Let me pull up my notes. And again, I got something just messing with my eyes as soon as I have to join live. So forgive me if I'm touching my eyes a lot this morning. Let me pull up my notes. So yeah, we're going to dive right in because today it's a big topic and it's a topic I know a lot of people struggle with. So if you're here and you're joining me, say hi. Let me know that you're watching. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know if you had a minute to watch any of the other videos that we've done this past month. If you're watching the replay, let me know that you're watching the replay and let me know again if you had a chance to watch last week or if this is the first time you're joining me. It's all good. So this is a topic, like I said, that it is big. It is one that a lot of my clients struggle with. It's one that a lot of people struggle with. And so, of course, it's one that I had to cover, right? So I'm going to just dive right in because, again, it is a big topic. So what is your point of view? Your point of view is the thing that you believe with all your heart, with all your convictions, that it's what your ideal client needs to know about your topic. So if you are a business coach, if you're a career coach, if you're a health coach, whatever that is, whatever your niche is, whatever your industry is, it is your unique sort of viewpoint on what your ideal clients need to know about your industry, right? About your topic. So for example, I wholeheartedly, 100% with every single fiber of my being believe that the key to increasing your conversions and your sales is through connection. It is through weaving all of your businesses and your marketing through connection. And it's how you create all of the results you want in your business, right? Hence the whole reason I created this entire August live stream series, right? So for you, it could be your approach to how you look at health, how you look at food, how you look at money, how you look at, like whatever your industry is, it could be your unique approach to that, right? So your point of view has to be seeded through all of your messaging, through all of your content, through everything that you are doing. And I'm gonna, dive into that today and kind of tell you why that's important and how you use that to connect with your audience to create that cash injection in your business, right? So I want you to know that a lot of people feel like, but my thing and my point of view or my viewpoint on this thing, it's not anything different that's already out there. So it doesn't always have to be disruptive, you guys. It doesn't always have to be this thing that's so rebellious and against the grain and against what everybody else is saying. Although, traditional marketing will tell you that the more disruptive you are, the more you make a statement, the more you stand out. And that is definitely true. But I don't want you to feel the pressure that your point of view or your messaging has to be so disruptive. And if it isn't, you can't start putting it out there and you can't start sharing it, right? The key to this whole thing, this whole messaging thing, the whole point of view thing is that it has to speak to you. So I'm all about connection. I'm always tying that connection piece back. You have to be connected to it, right? And we'll discuss that as we go through this week. But it also has to speak to an ideal, like a problem your ideal clients are struggling with, right? So your market that's struggling with. So what often happens is that people aren't really clear on what their point of view is, right? And as a result, their messaging, their content, the way they're writing their copy for their website or, their sales pages or their emails, it sort of get all muddled in with all of the sameness, right? And here's what I mean by that. So, let's just think about when you first start your business. When you first start your business, you're usually so excited, you're so energized, you're so passionate, right? And you have this really clear vision of how you want to go and impact the world and change people's lives and do your thing, right? And what often happens is that, most people don't take the time to go back and reconnect with that point of view and that feeling often. And as you become more mature as a business owner, as you progress in your business and the longer you're in your business, a lot of people will start to consume, especially in this online space. You guys, I reference that a lot because a lot of my clients are building online businesses, and that's where, if it's 2019, if you're not growing your business on social media or online, then you're doing your business as a disservice, but that's a topic for another day. But a lot of people actually are spending time consuming other people's content, right? So let's just take, for instance, if you're on social media and you are a business coach, I'm just going to use my niche, right? And you're in groups or you're following other business coaches, you're spending a lot, or listening to podcasts or watching live streams or whatever the case may be. You might be spending a lot of time consuming, other people's content and other people's information. So it's natural that your message, your tone, the things you're saying might start to become influenced by that, right? So as a result, it's natural that sometimes that point of view might also become influenced by that. But like we touched on last week, if you're not constantly reconnecting, or if you have not done so as yet, connect with what your unique proposition, your unique point of view is on the thing that your market is struggling with, it becomes really difficult for you to stand out, right? So when you're connected to your point of view and it's ingrained in all of your messaging, it makes it very clear and compelling for your audience to see what you stand for, right? It makes it very clear for your audience to be able to identify what's your unique way of helping them, what's your unique way of solving their problems, right? And here is the truth, you guys, and I'm going to say this, I say this a lot, but I'm going to say this again. People need to be led, right? People are looking for someone to lead them, especially now, especially in this day and age of social media. Like, there's so many followers. I was talking to another business coach friend of mine about this recently, and we're like, this market space, there's literally, so people are all followers, right? And this marketplace is very, very overcrowded. Quite literally, people, it just takes a click of a button or a swipe up or whatever the case may be to become a follower. And when you can stand out as someone that leads people, right? Because people are always looking to be led, and you can position yourself as someone that leads people and they want to follow you, both in the literal and the figurative way. This is how you establish yourself as that influencer. So like for me, for instance, like if there is an area that I want to learn more about, right? I'm going to look for people. So for instance, I'm currently going through this change in my diet and in my workout. I'm trying to lose some weight. So I'm looking for people who are experienced, people who have walked, who, are doing this, people who have something that I can feel a connection to in their approach. And I look for those people and I follow those people and I read their blogs and I buy their books and I download their recipes. And I start to follow those people and look at those people as the go-to influencers in that space that I'm looking for support with, right? So the same goes for you as a business owner, right? Whatever your market is, whatever is the problem that you're solving, your job, right, as a business owner and as the ambassador of your brand is to constantly be sharing your point of view, constantly be sharing that topic and sharing that message over and over and over and over again, because that's how you get known for the thing that you do, right? That's how you corner the market. That's how people start to see you as a go-to expert. That's how people start seeking you out, right? So sometimes, your point of view on something might not be what your market is used to hearing. And that's something that I've experienced as well. And I'm going to share that in a second, right? So sometimes, maybe what happens is you have a way of approaching health or money or whatever your topic is that you coach around or that you provide your services around that your market isn't used to, they're not familiar with, right? That's okay. I want you to keep saying it, keep sharing that message, keep doing it anyway, right? Because you're going to have those early adopters. You're always going to have those early adopters. And in marketing, that's the term. They're early adopters, right? You're going to have those people who might already be slightly ahead of the game, might already have a sense of awareness around what you're doing and see things in that light, right? And those are going to be your early adopters. Those are going to be the people that's going to share your message and continue to follow you, right? But what often happens, you guys, is that people get really discouraged because that group of early adopters can sometimes feel very small, right? So it could be like people start to get discouraged because it's not enough people following me, or it's not enough people listening to what I have to say, not enough people watching my lives, or reading my blogs, or downloading my thing, or signing up for my programs, whatever the case may be, right? And what happens is people get really discouraged by that. But you have to keep preaching and teaching what your point of view is on your topic, because that is how you actually create that snowball effect, right? That's how you get people really to follow what you're saying. That's how you get people to start sharing your message in the world for you, start doing your marketing for you. So a lot of the times, like I said, people get really attached to that number. And that's one of the biggest mindset pieces that I work with my clients, because it's like they become very attached to the number of people that are watching or engaging and doing all that stuff. And then what happens is, if those numbers feel low for that particular person, they stop sharing, or they change directions altogether, or they, just decide that this isn't the topic that my market wants to hear about. So I'm just going to shift gears and talk about something altogether. And you guys, that is hurting your business. That is actually really, really hurting your business. Now, I want to say, I am all for testing and tweaking. I am all for making sure that, we're testing what's working. If something doesn't work, we tweak it. That's like the name of the game when it comes to marketing. But what happens is, you don't just, people are just stopping altogether. They're just changing directions altogether. They're burning out. They want those fast results, like I talked about last week, right? And then they're just shifting gears. So if I posted a couple of times and nobody clicked or liked, I'm just going to not post or talk about something else altogether. And that's actually what's really, really hurting your business. What you have to do, and if you're watching me, let me know if this makes sense, what I'm saying. Let me know if you're picking up what I'm putting down, because this is a big thing I'm seeing with a lot of online entrepreneurs, a lot of people into service-based businesses. It's like their message, they're so passionate about their message, and what they have to share is so big, and they're so passionate about it. But if they're not getting enough engagement, and they're not getting enough people gravitating to that right away, they want to just change paths altogether, right? So again, you're going to have those early adopters in the beginning, and those are going to be the people that's going to continue to tune into your thing, continue to engage, continue to watch, continue to support you, because they're already feeling that connection to you, right? But a majority of your audience, especially if your point of view is a different way of approaching things than the industry looks at things, right? You're going to have a portion of your work and time is going to have to be committed to educating your market, right? Bringing your market into seeing things from that point of view, showing them why your point of view is the missing piece, right? You have to share that, and you have to share that consistently, you guys. That is your job, until those people start sharing it for you, until people start recognizing that that's the missing piece in their life or their business or their health or whatever the thing is that you provide your solution for, right? That's how you create that blue ocean strategy, that blue ocean, and that's how you become competition proof. So I'm going to use like my business and me, for example, right? I have been talking about connection for as long as I've been in this business, as long as I've been in this space. I have seen very, very early on from, having grown up in a family of entrepreneurs, having grown up with small business owners, this is like running through my veins. And having started my business at a very early age and starting running businesses from the age of 18, I knew from a very early point the importance of connections, the importance of internal and external connections and building relationships. And I have been talking about this for a long, long time. I've been stressing the importance of it as part of your marketing strategy. But 3 years ago, 2 years ago, even a year ago, so much, people didn't really want or resonate or connect with what I was saying so much, because the climate at the time, especially in this online space, was they wanted quick results. Everything was about how do you get that launch, that 6-figure launch? How do you triple your email list? How do you, fast track your results? That was the tone. That was the climate. And people didn't recognize and see and make the connection between why it is so important to have connection seeded into all of that, right? So people didn't say yes to, they didn't recognize that connection was that missing piece, right? So I had to do a lot of work, and I still continue to do a lot of work on educating people, because what they aren't recognizing and what I've been teaching and preaching is that all that time, energy, and money that you're spending towards growing that list and, running Facebook ads to that launch and doing all those different things, like, if you are struggling to convert on any one of those things, on your sales calls, on your launches, when you're writing emails to people, when you're posting, whatever you're doing, if you're struggling to convert on that, it's because you're missing that connection piece, right? So I had to be so diligent and so clear in continuously sharing that message. That's my point of view. That is my unique point of view when it comes to like marketing and business. And I am sharing that like every day, all day. That's my job. That's how I create that blue ocean. That's how I let people know this is the thing that they need in their marketing. And so now more and more people are actually recognizing it. Now people are starting to come to me and tell me connection is the thing that you're right. Like my messaging is off, or my marketing, my email funnel is off, or the way I'm like positioning this thing is off. And people are now recognizing more than ever that connection piece is the missing piece. And so they're coming to me more now than ever, right? So if you take away one thing from any of this, know that your point of view is such an asset to your business, you guys. It is such an asset. It is the thing that sets you apart, and it's a thing that helps you to become competition proof, right? It's what helps people to start seeking you out, because when you can say what you have to say and you're so clear in your message and you position your point of view any and everywhere, and your brand becomes recognized with saying that message over and over and over again, that's how you get to that influencer status. That's how people start to come to you and seek you out and recognize that you are that go-to person to help them fill that hole in whatever it is that they're struggling with. If you're a health coach and you have a unique approach to looking at food or, diets or counting calories or whatever the case may be, right? And you have an approach to that you don't feel enough people know about, or you feel like is missing in this marketplace, you want to talk about that. You want to drive that baby home as much as possible in as many places as possible, because that's how you want to spread your message. That's how people will start to become drawn into you and attracted to what you have to say. And that's how you start connecting with people on that level, right? So when you can find that unique point of view and that approach to solving a problem your market has, and you can share that loud and proud, like it's going out of style, people will start coming to you because you are creating that connection with them. You are talking to them, and another thing I want to stress is that there is so much of the sameness. There's so much of that noise. So now more so than ever, hi, Melissa, thanks for joining me. Now more so than ever, if you are leveraging social media, if you're on any social media platforms, you can see how noisy this market space is, right? Now more than ever, there is such a need for this because everybody is like fighting for your attention in their news feeds. Everybody is talking about the same thing. So when you can approach your market and your topic from your unique point of view, and you can share that, and you can stand in that power, and you can be so confidently leading people down that path, you are doing your business the biggest favor because you're setting yourself up for long-term success, right? Especially if you have done it in the ways that I taught you last week, right? Again, if you haven't watched last week, I'll put the link to sign up for that in the comments, but go back and watch those videos. I think they're going to be really, really, really helpful as you build out the foundation for these connection pieces. So, one of the questions, let me just see, I have some more notes here before we end off. Yeah, so one of the things that a lot of people aren't clear on is if you don't know, like if you haven't fully identified what that unique what your unique point of view is, there's a couple of things that I would recommend you doing. One, you can survey your people and find out what they're struggling with the most, right? And then you can think about what is your message to their mess. So one of the little assignments I like to do with my clients is the mess message little exercise. So if you can identify what the mess is in your industry, so like what's their mess, and then you can figure out what your message is to their mess, that is a great way for you to start to pinpoint and nail down what your unique point of view is on something, right? Whatever that is for your industry. Another thing you can do is you can just start paying attention to what the industry trends are. See what other people are saying and doing in your space. And then if you can identify like what that missing piece is, that thing that people are overlooking, or that thing that is they're still struggling with, and if they just addressed that thing and they looked at it from that point of view and they just start working on that thing, how that will completely change their results for them, whatever that might be, and you infuse your content with that, it is going to be instrumental for you to help you find that. Hi, Anita. Anita says, what do you mean about their message to their mess? So great question. So like we think about it in common like marketing terms as their pain points, right? So their pain points is like their mess. It's like the thing that they're struggling with. It's the thing that they wake up in the morning and they have this problem. Your message is going to be like, what is your unique message to that mess? So again, just go back to like what, for me, take me for example, like there's 1,000,001 business coaches, and 1,000,001 business coaches have like, their solution is grow your list. Their solution is mindset. Their solution is confidence. Their solution is programs. Their solution is launching, whatever the case may be. Like what I've recognized in the market is despite all of those things, if you're not creating that connection, you're going to struggle to convert. So my message to that mess is connection. Does that make sense, Anita? Let me know if that makes sense. So that's two things you can do if you're not exactly clear on it. The third thing you can do is go back to some of your past clients, right? And ask them what they found most helpful, and then what they found that was unique about working with you that they could not have found, like they didn't find anywhere else out there, right? And then hone in on that and pay attention to that, because that's going to be like that unique, your unique spin, your edge to things. So You guys, again, today I wanted to stress the importance of how you can create that connection with your market through your point of view. And this is how you do it. Like, nail and drill down and get really clear on what your unique point of view is. Figure out how you can really infuse all of your content, whether it's your sales pages, your websites, your content that you're creating on social media, everywhere people can find that digital trail to you and it leads back to your unique point of view of something. That's how you start to corner the market. That's how you become that go-to person, and your message will start to attract the right people who need that level of support from you. Because let's be honest, your ideal clients are your ideal clients because they will actually get results from the unique thing that you solve in your way, right? And so we want to draw in the people who already know or have a level of awareness that your message and the thing that you're solving is the solution to their problems. And then it's your job to educate them and take that deeper and move them into your services and show them, the results of that. But if you can infuse your message with that, it is a game changer. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. Tomorrow, I'm going to be back and we're going to dig deeper into this whole connection to your business piece. If you have any questions, you're watching the replay, you have any questions, just pop them in the comments and I'll be sure to go ahead and answer those for you. But again, if you take away one thing today, you guys, take that away. Your point of view is one of your biggest assets in your business, and not enough people are leveraging it. A lot of people get gun shy and they feel like, oh, but my thing isn't big enough. And again, like I said earlier, it does not have to be this big, revolutionary thought process and this big, disruptive thing. It literally has to speak deeply to you. You have to be deeply connected to it, and it has to solve a problem. If you have a unique point of view on something your people are struggling with, it is your job as the business owner to be out there screaming to the rooftops and letting people know. That is how you create a blue ocean. I've been doing it for 3 years, and I'm continuously going to do it because I believe more so than ever, connection is that missing piece. Connection is the thing. Whether you run an offline business, an online business, whether whatever it is, if you're not creating those connections throughout your marketing, it's going to become very difficult for you to convert at the time of the sale. And I'm seeing that more and more and more. And I say this like it's going out of style because it is the thing. I believe it in all my convictions. And like I said, more and more people now, like I've noticed now, the bigger influencers are starting to talk about connection more and more now, are starting to stress the importance of connection. Everywhere you go, some of the bigger name influencers are talking about this in this way. And, it's just, I'm so happy because more and more people are becoming aware that connection is that missing piece in business and marketing. So that's my message to you guys for today. I will be back tomorrow at the same time, and we're going to dive deeper into the connection piece when it comes to your systems, your strategies, and the structures in your business. I'm going to leave a link in the comments if you have not registered for this so that you can get the daily notifications and the reminders and also get the weekly recaps. Thank you so much for joining me, you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.